month or the current month, which will be very helpful. Okay, so that could be very useful. Now, apart from this, we're gonna look into. All right, not this, but this. Now, light bulb. How many of you are using light bulbs right now in your room or wherever you are seated right now?
So I don't.
Almost
I'm
everyone.
not using it right
Yeah,
now, but
Okay, some of us are actually allowing the daylight in, some of us are bound to actually use the light bulbs. I understand that. Now, have you ever thought about LED light bulbs? Do you use LED light bulbs in your home or in the school?
Yes. Yes, it's better than conventional
Yes,
light.
I use it in my room.
Okay. Can I ask you why do you use LED light bulbs?
because CFC bulbs use a lot of electricity while LED doesn't.
Energy is less.
Okay, so energy consumption is less. Lovely. What apart
Yeah,
from that, are there any
yeah,
more reasons?
Yeah, no,
No.
efficient and produce the same output. They are more efficient and produce the same output with a similar conventional bulb, which uses the same voltage.
Okay, a simpler answer would be
It's more long lasting.
brilliant. Brilliant. Thank you. I just see your initials. It's NV. Thank you for that answer. So you see, LED bulbs have a lot of basically, let's say, pros compared to a conventional bulb. They're very long lasting. That's a very important one. They're less heat producing. They don't produce heat at all with reference to the conventional bulb. And then they're basically more luminous, more brighter compared to the other bulbs. The reason why I speak about LED light bulbs is because lights play a very important role. Bulbs, we are kind of using them almost throughout the day. I mean, the reason why some of them are actually using them right now because sometimes we don't have access to sunlight or daylight into our rooms or into our houses, and lights are basically used. I mean, this could be very obvious in an indoor setting like a school or office where there's not a lot of windows around. So using the right kind of light bulb is very important. And these three factors that I mentioned are very important again. If you're using an LED light bulb, you're actually saving on your cost with reference to having less amount of heat being produced from the light bulb, which means you will not use a lot of air conditioning. Using the LED light bulbs also means that I'll invest in the light bulb for now. I mean, the product that I use in my home says it'll stay for 18 years. 18 years. I'm not even sure if your age is 18 years right now, but imagine if I had a light bulb back in 2000, let's say 2 or 2003, most probably the light bulb is going to stay with me until to 2020 or 2021 for that matter. The idea is to make a good investment. Conventional bulbs only have a lifespan of 1 day. Oh, sorry, not 1 day, sorry, one year. These, however, stay for 18 years. It's a very good investment. In fact, this should be encouraged to all the parents. You can pass on this message to your parents that LED light bulbs are the way to go, and retrofitting your light with LED light bulbs will help them save costs. Air conditioning. I'm pretty sure we're all using air conditioners. I mean, especially in this part of the world. I mean, we can't survive with air conditioners without air conditioners. Can we?
No, sir.
I want you to have a look around your your room if possible right now. If your air conditioner is running, what is your AC set at? What is the AC thermostat set at? What are the readings you see?
18.
25. 25. Someone said -1. Okay. Well, if your AC thermostat is at anything below 24 degrees Celsius, my recommendation to you is to set it at 24 degrees Celsius now.
Oh shit.
The reason why I say that is because the energy consumption at 24 degrees Celsius starts to actually decrease because it's an optimum temperature which will not be pulling in a lot of energy, which will not be pulling in a lot of stress on chillers, and it is a sustainable environment for your body to sustain it. It's been agreed by the World Health Organization that 24 degrees Celsius is actually comfortable for human temperature, human body temperature. Anything less than this is basically you just being inconsiderate, using a lot of energy, producing a lot of heat, and costing you a lot of bills. As per the statistics, 70% of your bill during May, June, July, August is only air conditioning. I speak with statistics. 70%
Why
of
am I
your
lagging?
bills for the current month will only be air conditioning.
What?
So,
Dude, I'm lagging so
if you
hard.
really want to
Take
reduce
us
the
up.
bill, if you really want to help your parents, you really want to help them save, you really want to get that new game console or whatever you want, then you gotta help them save that bill. You're gonna help them save the cost. You're gonna help me save the environment,
Man,
and we have a win-win
That
situation.
wall is hard.
dude,
So
I'm
set your
lagging.
ACs at 24 degrees Celsius or higher, but nothing less than 24 degrees Celsius. If it's 23, 22, 21, 18, -1, -7, it's all wrong. It has to be 24 degrees Celsius and above. No matter where you're in school, you're in home, your dad's in office, your mom is in office, wherever you are, 24 degrees Celsius is the key.
82.
Toilets. Please make sure that you're periodically checking for leaks in your toilet. It could be the tap, it could be the pipe, it could be the flush system. You know,
I thought
a
you were
lot of
lagging.
water is being
I
wasted
am
in
lagging.
our flush
What
system
do you
just
do?
because the water keeps
Why do you
dripping
take
and
so
we
long?
rarely actually act on it.
Best.
It's very important that you save every drop
You're the best.
every drop of water to try and save not just the cost but also to save the resource. Like I said, because everyone was basically staying indoors and because of the hand washing practice that everyone is recommended to practice every 30 minutes or every 1 hour, health is definitely over
No, I
everything
don't
else.
have it. I don't want.
But if we do it efficiently, if we do it the right way, then there wouldn't be any complaints or any concerns. We want you to keep yourself safe. We want you to take a shower when you come back from outside so that there's no basically chance of COVID spreading into your house. We definitely want you to be very, very safe.
Oh my,
But
what?
we also want you to be very, very conservative.
So hard, bro. Watch my stream.
Over the last few months, there's been, like I told you, there's been basically a spike in
I
the
am
use of energy and water.
What is
Water because you want to keep yourself
lag.
hygienic. Energy because everyone's staying indoors. A lot of activities are happening. Movies, TVs, ACs, games, networks,
Oh my
Wi-Fi.
god.
Everything is actually working. The only thing I want you to do is be responsible when it comes down to doing these. You can use your air conditioning. You can definitely wash your hands all the time, but try and minimize any other wastage of energy. Do not charge your phones unnecessarily. Do not run the laundry between 12 to 6 p.m. Do not do your vacuums or house cleaning between 12 to 6 p.m. Try and reduce, try and eliminate the task as much as possible, and without using the use of vacuums, you can use the broomstick or be more active. Staying indoors can actually make your health concerns go up. So if you're actually doing a small exercise, you're doing your activity, you're doing your household chores, and not using energy, that can really help us in sustaining energy, and you can stay fit and healthy and safe while doing that. So please think of ways where you can try and actually tackle the issues of water wastage. If you see a dripping tap, please try and actually change that, because every drop makes the ocean. That's how the saying goes. And it really, really affects. Trust me, it really, really changes the whole concept. If every household in Dubai is having a dripping tap and they leave it ignored, then Diva is literally generating a lot of water just for you to drip that water into from your taps. A normal toilet will actually use up to about 30 liters per flush, but the newer models can use up to 6 liters. To try and encourage the use of actually right materials, right components, fixtures that can help you save water. And yes, at 30 seconds, water generally takes up to about, I don't know, about 10 liters of water if I'm not mistaken. And of course, because it's been agreed by WHO that you should wash your hands for 20 seconds at least to actually combat the coronavirus. But I also recommend you to try and minimize the use of
I ran out of mats, I'm lagging now.
showers. So if you're the kind of person that goes into a bath for let's say 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, one whole day, I'm not sure. But please cut
Change
down
the party
your
leader.
bath time
I'm getting
to
full
about
rating.
3 to 4 minutes of shower. Because every 2 minutes you cut down in shower time saves about 156 liters of water per month.
Change the party leader.
I mean, 156 liters of water per month might not be a lot to you, but there are 200 students in this room, and everyone saves 2 minutes of their bath time. It really helps go down over 2,000 liters of water being saved for
So
Diva that I
change the
can use
party leader
elsewhere.
actually.
So
I'm not
please
gonna
try
do that.
and that's every 2 minutes, by the way. So if you're going for 20 minutes of a shower, every 2 minutes you cut down, you come down from 20 to 18, 18 to 16, 18 to 14. You're actually really
What?
helping us in trying to save that water. So please be more mindful when it comes to using the
Bro,
resources.
getting so much.
One
lag.
last thing, if you see the first tab, it shows you a sticker, and I'm very sure you've seen the sticker somewhere around you. These are the ESMA emblems. ESMA, MS Standardization and Metrology Authority emblems,
Look at that
which are being
lag,
put onto
bro.
appliances
It's
to
good,
actually
it's good.
see if they're efficient or inefficient appliances. You might also find them in cars nowadays. The idea is 5 appliances in your house should
You changed the
actually be
part.
5-star
You
rated.
made.
5 appliances
Can we
which are
leave for
highly
later and
consumed
join
appliances
again?
seen in any household across the UAE.
Shubhankar,
If you
can we
rate
leave?
5 stars, it's the most efficient one. The 1 star being the least efficient one.
Can
If
we
you
leave?
invest in these
Can
5
we leave
practices,
for later and
if
join
you
again?
pass on this message to your parents today, you can encourage them to actually retrofit or actually
Let's squad. Someone's wrong.
find more efficient appliance compared to these 5 ones they use in our homes. You're actually going to see a
Let's
reduction in your
squad.
bill. It's going to be a very cost saving, and it's going to reduce the emissions on our environment
There's
as well.
downtime in
And those
13
5
minutes.
components of those 5
Yeah.
appliances are
Because of cars.
light bulbs,
Really,
washing
cars are
machine,
like quad crashers. Quad
dishwasher,
crashers were so fun.
AC, fridge,
Plasma.
I know, right? What
I
question?
have
I repeat.
474
light bulb,
What?
dishwasher,
followers.
washing machine, AC,
Not on Instagram.
components you almost see in
Shut
every
up.
household you go across Dubai. The
Okay.
dishwasher might be replaced with a TV or a highly consuming microwave. It
I
could be
make another
any
TikTok, I'll just
device for that
speak to you
matter.
like that.
The idea is simple. You replace these with the 5-star energy rated products and you'll already see a consumption drop. This is really important information that you can pass on to your parents or the elders or your guardians in reference to try and control the
Is
not
that
only
your
the bills but also the
Oceanic
emissions
people?
that are being done
Because they
outside.
have to wake up at like 12.
Okay. If you sport a garden in your house, please make sure that you only water your plants, your gardens before sunrise or after sunset, because if you do it during the daylight hours, the evaporation rate is so high
Guys,
that the
I'm
water
stuck on
will
noticing.
evaporate in a matter of minutes. The water will never be
Hamza,
absorbed by the roots
Hamza, okay.
of the plants or the trees or the garden, and eventually they'll
Guys,
never
I'm
be
restarting
as
my
green
game.
or as gloomy as they should be.
Why?
Doing that after the sunlight hours is basically when the
I should
evaporation
check
rate
it
is
in
low.
the
The water can actually go down to the
Please,
roots
Shubhankar,
directly,
there.
which is 6 centimeters below the surface
How do I
of
get
the ground. So you need to be smarter when it comes down to using the right
man, what do you
timings
type?
for watering your plants or garden. You need to have the right fertilizers, because the fertilizer that keeps moist more
Shubhankar,
reduces
there.
the usage of water, because it stays moist. It can provide the water and keep the water
How
more
do
moist
you have
in the
530?
fertilizers, helping
What's your
in
TikTok?
better growth
Show
of
me.
plants and vegetables if you have so, or garden or your trees. So please make sure you learn a few things about it, and there's basically a lot of information
Yeah,
on the
that's
Dubai
what-
Municipality or DIVA website as well that you can actually use and help yourself reduce the consumption of water and energy. With that being said, we have come down to the end of our session, and I'm not sure how much time we have left, but I'm
Sure,
opening
loading.
the platform for 5 minutes
TikTok.
for any questions that you may have.
No, it's not
So if
loading.
you have any
I'm
questions
ready.
for me, I'm all
It's
ears.
creative.
So can I? So I have a question. Can I say?
Shehbaz Ahmed, is that your name?
No, Naga.
Okay, so I have some questions raised up. What you can do is you can actually put them in the chat box, or you can actually just raise your hands and I'll choose you. So for now, I have D5059. I'm not sure who that is. Okay, Naga, I see you.
Hello,
So tell
sir.
me.
It's me, Mahika. I was wondering when you said the sustainable living program, doesn't like how you can find out the other houses near you, their consumption, doesn't that violate customer trust or privacy or
It's not
something?
happening. Servers are down.
It's not like they'll give you details. By the way.
Guys, servers
It's
are
just
down.
basically
I
an
can't
average
get ready.
consumption. For example,
Yeah.
you live in a 3-bedroom
Put
apartment.
creative
What
food.
is generally a 3-bedroom apartment's consumption? So
Abhi,
what we'll see
no,
out of the
we have to leave
700,000
Fortnite.
customers we have, we'll see how many units are registered under 3 bedrooms,
Alright.
and then
We'll
we'll see
save
the
the
average
world.
consumption. Okay, the average consumption bill for a 3-bedroom apartment is like, let's say 1,000 dirhams. Yours is 1,700. So we'll be like, you know what, you're consuming 700 over compared to
Oh,
a
so
1,000
whole
other
group
houses
Sure,
you
we
can
together.
want
actually
to
see.
save the world.
Sorry?
It's all
Should
grouped
has it?
together,
Yeah, he
like
bought it
average.
yesterday.
There's no violation,
Sure, we want to save the world.
there's
I'll
no breach
invite
of
you guys
privacy.
to
I
save
don't
the
give you
world.
any names, I don't give you any
That's fine.
location.
Yeah.
I just tell you this is how it is.
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Okay, Naga.
replace the oil producing country? Will uranium power UAE, or is it just like a hypothetical idea
That's
that
a
is still
very intense question, but very nice question forward. See, I don't hold much knowledge about it, but however, I'll share my 2 cents about what I know. See, the Baraka definitely is basically a breakthrough in the Arab world. We're the first country in the world, Arab world, sorry, with reference to actually installing a nuclear plant to actually generate energy. Now, because I had the chance of actually meeting the concerned team in one of the events last year, while they were showcasing and they're actually moving in, because phase 1 is already complete and they're going to start working. They're going to start generating energy to the nuclear reactor for that matter.
So you are muted.
So you're muted.
Yes, sorry. So a small tiny piece of uranium can actually light up about, let's say, 1.5 years. It can supply you a normal house for energy of about, let's say, 1.5 years, for that matter. A very tiny piece of uranium. And with just like you mentioned, using the use of uranium will actually definitely, if gone to a full-fledged scale, it will actually be very, very effective. In fact, the most clean energy that can be used would be the nuclear reactor and the uranium. And yes, it might actually drop the dependency on oil and other sources of generating power. When I mentioned about the Sheikh Mohammed Rashid Solar Park, the idea was 5% for 2020, and as per the Dubai integrated strategy, we had by 2030 we're going to rely 35% on renewable energy, and by 2050 we're going to rely 75% on renewable energy and clean coal. So because the Baraka nuclear power plant is basically now only being actually used